retreat this past summer, we had a friar come and speak to us, and one of the questions he asked was, what is your why? What is your why for being here? And it was a good question. And I mean, the easy answer is Jesus, but why Jesus? Or what is it about him? And I felt the Lord as I was walking just say to me, when is it that you first fell in love with me? And it kind of caught me off guard because I'd always felt him pursuing me and his great love for me. But he was like, well, when was the first time that you experienced that for me? And I have some journals from in the past. And so I went back, and the first time where I saw the line, like, in love, it was right before I entered. It said something like, Jesus, I'm entering because I'm in love with you. And I just looked at it and I was just like, that's my why. That's the why of me being here, because I'm just in love with you. When I was thinking about the word consecration, I was just thinking about the word itself, like being something being set aside for holy purposes. And it's just kind of something that's awful. It's like something that I'm in awe about, of like a person can be set aside for sacred purposes, and that somehow I am set aside for sacred purposes through the gift of our vows. At the heart of the vows, I just feel like there is something sacred in just journeying with him and being set aside for him. There's an interesting interplay of that truth of the spousal relationship, but then like the daily life of how it's lived out as well. Vatican II calls us to be holy in every vocation. Every person is called to be holy. It's not just sisters, it's not just priests, but every person. There's kind of like this, I'm doing my part for myself, and then us as a group, like our sisters, we're doing it for each other. And then expanding that to like walking with people outside of our community and our ministries. Sometimes it is just to remind us of like, Jesus is our all. Jesus is the one that gives life, and he can do that for you. There are things beyond this world. Someone could be very much suffering and needs to be reminded of like, this is not going to be the end. And heaven is not a place where the misery continues. It's actually going to be gone. People can't sometimes fathom that. So we get to be just little lights maybe to remind people of why we're here.